So I sat through possibly the worst debate of any sort of politician or political event that I've ever watched. And I've watched several debates, not just on this channel, but through my life. I've been exposed to politics ever since I was a little kid, from both parents and my grandparents. And last night's English leadership debate for the Federal Liberal Party was the most pathetic attempt at a debate I've ever witnessed. It wasn't so much a debate as it was an echo chamber. And I have a feeling that a lot of what was said in English was what was said in French. They probably could have just gotten a translator to translate the French debate and just recorded that and broadcast it. Like, that is how bad it was. Do you remember yesterday's video where I talked about how all they talked about in French was Trump? Well, they did it again in English. There was only one question about the actual leadership of the Liberal Party, and that was the final question of the evening, which was, what are you going to do to differentiate yourself from Justin Trudeau? And nobody had an actual solid answer, because they didn't want to say that what has happened in the past 9 years has been damaging. Right? They didn't want to admit that. So all they did was say, "Oh, well, we've done great work. We've done great work, in the child tax credit and the early childhood education agreements." And like, they just kept naming things that they were proud of doing. But they wouldn't actually say anything about how they would be different from Justin Trudeau. The only person that came anywhere near sounding like a leader for the surprise of the night was Karina Gould, but even she couldn't follow through with how she would enact any of the talking points that she had. So again, she fell flat. Mark Carney was obviously, it's obvious that they're going to vote for Mark Carney, and anything he said over the course of the debate, everybody was just, "Oh yes, I agree with that." Or if they didn't agree, they'd be like, "I'm going to gently push back on it." Like, nobody was there to have an adversarial debate like they should, like they're actually vying for the top job. Everybody was just there as a formality, because we all know that everyone's going to vote for Mark Carney. And last night was basically a "please pick me for the cabinet position, Mr. Carney." That's basically what last night was. "We will agree with everything that you say, Mr. Carney. Please pick us for a cabinet position." I think, except for Frank Bayless, who actually thinks he might have a chance, because I think he's slightly senile. He's apparently done 40 years of political career. Also, he's had a business where he had 2 people starting out and then made it grow to 1,000 people. He's also done a bunch, he's been on the board of a food bank for 11 years. And there was something else that he magically said that he had done. Something about shipping or something like that. He just everything. He's done everything magically. I don't know how like he's managed to do so much stuff, but I think Frank Bayless, the poor bastard, thinks he might have a chance. The rest of them, Chrystia Freeland, and Karina Gould, I think they know Mark Carney is going to be picked. They just want a high end portfolio. I think that's what they want. Chrystia actually wants to be leader, but I think she knows it's not going to happen. So she's just pushing really hard to be at Mark Carney's elbow so she can help direct the scenes. But yeah, it was a pretty pathetic showing as debates go. I expected at least some adversarial talk, but it was all just patting each other on the back, sniffing each other's farts, and riding Mark Carney's dick, and it was pretty sad, especially for the Liberal Party, supposed to be the party of women. And it's very clear that they are once again not going to have a female leader. That's just my opinion on the situation. Let me know what you thought if you watched the debate, and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.